Hello everyone, welcome to Katharine's Q&A episode 26. This is a series where you can ask an author pretty much anything. Today we're going to be talking about the social dependency, especially social dependency for readers and authors. Now this may be a little confusing for you, you may not understand what I'm referring to, but I wanted to talk with you about this kind of topic in particular based on some of the events that happened earlier this week. If you're not aware, or if you're watching this at a later date, this is one of the weeks where Facebook, kind of, as well as Instagram, WhatsApp, everything, all those apps and social media platforms that are owned by the same company, all went down for the majority of the day. And I know a lot of people have different feelings about losing those access points to the social media, and I wanted to kind of discuss what it means for a reader or a consumer and what it means for a small business owner, which includes indie authors. Well, I mean, personally, I am all for the fact that if you're a consumer, you're, the average Joe, and if something like this happens, or in just general, it's not bad to get away from social media and be able to, I'm an outdoorsy person, enjoy the outdoors, go to a park, play with your dog, watch a movie, get away from always being on your phone or iPad, laptop, whatever you use to connect online. But as a person who owns and manages their own small business, it was a very terrifying day in many regards. And so I just kind of want to talk to you about what it meant to small town or small business owners, just so everybody was kind of aware, especially me and my own personal experience, and then kind of go into a couple things that either as readers, the consumer part, or as writers, what we can do and be aware of and think about based off of this particular event. So, as a small town business, a lot of the people nowadays utilize or rely heavily, if not even exclusively, on social media platforms or even singular platform for their livelihoods. And so having an issue, whatever the reason, where that platform or platforms go down, it really is terrifying, because that is our way to connect to our consumers, or for me it would be readers. That is a way to make my announcements. That's the way, to funnel my sales. And sales mean paying bills or not. It's true. I realized, thinking about this, that a good part, like probably 98% of my income comes through social media platforms. And so having them go down for even just a little while hurts. It really does hurt. I have tried, and I'll continue to try, making money through different means. For instance, I know Amazon's very big. They have advertising platforms, but at current, and I've tried and tested for a little while now, but as of date, just as a small indie author just trying to get off, I can't compete with the big authors, the 6-digit plus, indie authors, those who go through publishing houses who have the resources to be able to pay for those kind of bids. And it's a bidding process to make these ads run. I get outbid all the time. I can't afford the price of the bids. And so I have pulled myself off of Amazon's advertising currently. That may change in the future. But because of that, I do heavily rely on advertising through platforms like Facebook, and even running events through groups. So the takeovers that I've talked about before in some of these episodes, author takeovers and hops, and all those that prove to be very beneficial for authors, being unable to participate in those and losing those opportunities if a platform's down really does hurt. And it's very scary, because again, if you can't pay the bills, what are you going to do? So I guess going into this, I I just wanted everybody, at least readers, especially those people who don't rely on socials for their jobs or their means of making money, that something like this can be very impactful for small business. As a consumer or reader, some things just thinking about some things that you could do that are very simple and easy is if you have a business or an individual, like an author, that you really, really love, you can support them simply by following them across multiple platforms. So if one goes down for whatever reason, you can still follow them and be in the know of any events, any discounts, any sales, any releases through these other platforms. Another big thing you can do, and I totally understand that not everybody wants 1,002 newsletters sent to your inbox every day, but following your favorite companies, businesses, people, individuals on their newsletters is one of the most direct links, especially for authors, between the author and their reader. That's a great way that, again, worst case scenario, all social media goes under, they can still connect with you. And I find it very valuable. Again, it keeps out middleman, and I'll go into that a little bit more on the author side, but just doing some simple things like, again, following across multiple social media, following or joining newsletters can help a lot, because it is very terrifying as an author or a small business to realize that you may have lost all your followers at once. I mean, again, going now to the writer side or the author side of it, you work so hard to make a name for your brand, make a name for your books or products or whatever it is you sell, and losing a platform is terrifying because there are so many followers that will just follow you on one. And that's it. And I get it, why follow someone? It doesn't make sense without understanding the why of following someone on multiple platforms. But it's because if one goes down, how are they going to connect with you about their stuff? How are they going to keep you in the know? And it's scary for a writer to realize all of a sudden all that hard work, all the years of, making these connections and building your brand may be wiped out instantaneously. It is very terrifying. So as a writer, some of the things I think you can do is, again, explain to your followers on all platforms the importance of following you other places. Because if you lose one, you can still find you in other. You can ask them very politely, to join your newsletter if you can. It would also be very smart. I do it all the time. But if you have a newsletter, or if you don't have one, start one. If you have a newsletter, to just make sure, weekly, daily, however you want to do it, you keep a up-to-date list of your followers, again, followers being your emails, on download them, keep them, in a file somewhere safe, because if for whatever reason you lose any kind of content, you can still have that backup. Everybody wants backups. And the same applies for people who have writers who have betas and ARCs and alpha readers, because it takes so long to create these good relationships and trusting people to work with you as you're going through your writing process and releasing these books, that you don't want to lose them during a blackout of any means. So to be able to keep accurate records of emails, in case a platform goes down, you can still have a way to contact them. I think that is very, very important as well. For me, it also reminded me of the importance of being on multiple or as many social media platforms as you can, because again, if one company has a glitch, you can still go to another and still make your connections. I've been meaning to get on TikTok because I do write young adult, I do write new adult, and I know a lot of readers who follow and read those kind of materials are on TikTok. As of yet, I kept pushing off, but this is a good reason for me to jump on that bandwagon and start making my own presence on that platform as well, because you never know what's going to happen in the future. And again, if one place glitches or has an issue for a day, week, or gosh forbid, forever, you can still have those followers on other platforms. So it's good to be aware. And it's not a bad idea to come up with your doomsday plan, your very, very reluctantly, very, very backup plan that what if? What if this happens again? What if it happens again for an extended period of time? What are your other options of advertising? What are your other options of rekindling followers or keeping followers? So coming up with some backup plans in light of this kind of scenario is not the worst thing. But that's kind of my spiel for the day. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this kind of matter. If you're a writer and you have suggestions on what you can do in these kind of worst case scenarios, again, please let me know. Post some comments below. Message me on any of my social media. And until next time, Skål.